Salute everybody. Welcome to Miss Parker. Miss Parker, I hope everybody's having a blessed Wednesday. I know it is super hot out there, so stay hydrated. I tend to drink the alkaline water because it is very good and it's good for you. So make sure you're staying hydrated because it's super dangerous out there. The heat is crazy. Okay. Another announcement I have tomorrow night. I have to change the meet and greet meeting from Sunday. I was supposed to have one this Sunday, but I wasn't able to have it. I was super exhausted after getting off the road. So tomorrow, if you're free at 7 p.m., I just want to cover a couple of things. I don't want to keep you guys too long, but for the 2027 meet and greet in Las Vegas, I just want to get a couple of things out of the way and go from there. And then the rest, everybody, the information will be in the Discord. I got a meet and greet Discord, okay? Just for meet and greet information. So check that and stay up to date with the itinerary and things like that. Which house that was picked and things like that. How far things are. Also, if you guys have anything fun you would like to do, please mention that in the meet and greet Discord, okay? Today I've super paired off because I'm trying to get back into my fashion thing, trying to find my stuff, get stuff out of the closet. But I got this shirt at Juicy Body Goddess. It's a cute shirt. I got it for $20, and she sells plus size clothing. Also, I got these heels at Dillard's. I got these heels at Dillard's for $20. Okay, that's just $40. And I got these pants, I remember, at City Trends for $10. So it was a cute pick. Put it perfectly together with my red and gold bangle, and of course my red and gold earrings. But these are super comfortable. The heel is super comfy and so on. It goes with my pants, and it definitely brings everything out. So I just wanted to show you guys that getting back into my closet, getting some stuff out. Check your DMs. Okay. Hey, sister, I'm at work. I'm coming through to say, hey, you look pretty. Thank you, sister. I should say cute. Yes, that was super cute. I never thought I would find shoes to go with these pants, but when I did, it was everything, okay? Goddess, I think I did. Let me see. Let me make sure that I did. Let me see. You talking about the ones on Discord, sis? Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowances made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, research, scholarship, and news reporting, scholarship, research, and educational purposes. Because it's always something we can take out of these cases, educational wise. Hey, Candy Cane, what's going on? Make sure y'all go follow my girl Candy Cane, and please drop her link in the chat. Hey, Keep Still, welcome. Thank you so much. Hey, Goddess. Kiki said, I'm so ready about this chat. Hey, Kiki says, hey, Melody, how you doing? Hey, T-Lady, what's going on, sister? What's going on, Time Warp sis? Hey, Barbie sis. Hey, Saman sis. My girl Maisha up in the building. Hey, Dale, what's going on, Dale? You said, hey, sister, I'm here at work, just coming through to say, hey, you look pretty. I appreciate that. Hey, Vamika sis, what's going on, sister? What's going on, Lady Mysterious? Hey, Lametria sis, she must be in the other chat, but what's going on, sister? Hey, Leslie, what's going on? TT. Hey, Shantae sis, thank you. It is though. It's a super cute outfit, sis. It really is. And stuff. I want to kind of get into these cases now. It's been a lot going on. I know it's been a while since we've done this together, and I'm coming back later on tonight at 8. Okay, if not 8, 7, because I know we got to get into them phone calls and break it down how I see things and stuff from the phone calls and how y'all see things, of course. But the Karmelo Anthony, the Nolan Wells, the Javeayah Harris. When Shanitria first posted about 4-year-old Javeayah Harris, I knew then that they know what happened. At least the mother did. Cause I'm like 4 years old, 8 o'clock at a chicken coop. And then when I see them at the home, I gotta think, where was the chicken coop? Why was the 4-year-old allowed outside and not being watched? I mean, 4-year-olds get supervised. There's no going in the house and you'll be back with a 4-year-old. There's just no possible way. Hey, Tracy, what's going on? I miss these afternoon breakdowns, okay? Right, it made no sense. Hey, Sherry Manning, what's going on? Hey, SmartFed, what's going on? Make sure y'all drop SmartFed's link as well for me. SmartFed is a content creator. Make sure y'all drop Samad's link or whatever. Hey, Shelly, how you doing today? The fact she told a 4-year-old to come home when it gets dark is some stupid. Then I want to get into a little bit of Carmelo Anthony and this super team that has came pro bono to get him out of jail. Not just to get him out of jail, but to clean up this racial mess that was brought against him due to the color of his skin, not so much of what happened to Austin, but yeah, the color of his skin. And then I want to get into Nolan Wells. Because we got these people hanging out with their friends of different races. And we have another situation. And I see it going racial. I see it going in that direction. And I say that because it was a pastor that just spoke out. I want to get into what he said and things like that. And then I want to get into some videos, play some clips, of course, and things, and break it down with you guys like we usually do, and try to make things make sense. I want to start off with Nolan. Let's start off with Nolan Wells for a second. This video alone makes me question everything. And I say that because it's 1 + 1 ain't equaling 2. Somebody knows they're going to play that he was drunk and drowned card. But that altercation, now videos coming in, not only was it an altercation, it was so big that it had everybody off their boats looking at this altercation that happened with Nolan. And now they don't know who Nolan was into it with, but how is he with this group of white men and white young men, and nobody knows who he was arguing with. Nobody, and you don't got to know even the names of the people he was arguing with, but a direction of something. I feel like Nolan Wells' situation was about a female. Thank you, Shelly. You think it was about a female? Wasn't that what they said about Karmelo? Wasn't that what they said about Karmelo? They already said it wasn't foul play. Of course they did. I mean, if my mother was a judge, couldn't we push that narrative too? I mean, think about it. If my mother was a judge, we could say, hey, let's clear this up. Let's listen to this, guys.
A teen reported missing from Horn Island. 18-year-old Nolan Xavier Wells was last seen Saturday afternoon on the northwest tip end of Horn Island.
I heard he went to a different island. I heard that he swam out trying to catch another boat. I heard a lot of different things, but I don't know which one is true. But I need to know exactly what's the last thing people saw.
He said, this is what he said. I heard he went to a different island. I heard he swam out trying to catch another boat. Where are the friends? Where are the friends that he was with? Who saw him to say he went swimming? Yeah, he went swimming. Yeah, that's what he did. He swam to catch another boat. Who said that he went to a different island? But yet, y'all saying it's no foul play, so where's all these stories coming from? One has to ask, where are these stories coming from if nobody seen him?
Nolan doing is going to make my job a lot easier. There were some people that thought he might have, wandered off into the middle of the island. Maybe they had that lake, but we sent people up there today, and if he was barefoot, there's no way he made it up there. There's cactuses and there's.
Who said that? Who said that Nolan went to the middle of the island? And he said there's no way, because we went up there, but it's cactuses and it's all kind of sticky, thorny brushel on the ground. There's no possible way you could walk through that. But y'all saying it's foul play. No foul play. Right? The lies that we get. This is starting to become a problem. Them friends hiding. Because if I'm not with you, how could you speculate where I went? If we're not together, how do y'all know where I went or what I've done? To say, hey, I think she went that way. Oh, yeah, no, she swam to go to... Who is swimming to go to another boat? How far out was the boat? Was he left on the island is why he tried to swim to get to the boat? Maybe somebody hit him. How late was this? Yeah, Leslie. We together, we come back together. Yes, Wanda. And how you doing? Yeah, my mother's keeping they lying. All of it's lies. Again, we have a parent that's connected. Unlike Austin Metcalf's family, who's just friends with the judge, this parent is actually the judge. And this is Mississippi. Hell, when I looked at the friends in the boat, the picture, I said, no.
Just a lot of thorny brush and whatnot. He would not have comfortably make it to the middle of the island. He probably would have turned around and went back toward the beach. If you were one of the group that was with him, or if you were on the island and you were there and saw anything, please don't be afraid to come forward and tell the authorities exactly what you know, no matter what.
Well, if it's no foul play, why are y'all asking anybody to come forward and have a conversation? Why his body end up where he was last seen if he went... Come on, Lady Mysterious. He said they went and searched that island and he wasn't there. But I heard people saying, yeah, the water can't wash you up on the island. When do we let our kids go with all white people? I really want to know what the agreement was about. I want Lady Mysterious too, y'all. How did his body end up where he disappeared at? How did that happen?
Well, you might think might be some consequences or whatnot, but it's very important right now in these critical moments.
He was last seen walking toward the water on a holiday weekend, surrounded by friends, surrounded by people, and somehow none of them can tell us exactly what happened next.
Was he last seen walking toward the water, or was he last seen leaving with the female? Which one is it? And I want to know, was drinking involved? Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. My family from Mississippi, and I went to school there. All white kids went to school on Martin Luther King Day, while all blacks didn't. I could see that. Hey, Teresa, washed up in the middle of the island. Don't make sense. They seen something. They know something. Hell, they did something. You know what I'm saying? Jealous friends making up stories to cover their actions. Absolutely. Absolutely. Now, was he walking toward the water, or did he walk to meet the female? Which one is it?
A young man, an athlete, a son, gone in broad daylight on one of the busiest islands on the Gulf Coast. And the people who were...
One of the busiest days. We talking about 4th of July. We talking about 4th of July. We see all these people watching the altercation, but nobody seen anything. Does that make sense? Does it make sense? Yeah, why did everybody lawyer up?
Closest to him in those
Absolutely,
final moments
Samad.
are the ones giving the fewest answers. How does someone vanish in front of a crowd and nobody sees a thing? Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, I cover real cases, missing persons, unsolved mysteries, and stories that deserve far more attention.
Cause I'm not gonna lawyer up if I didn't do anything wrong. I'm not getting a lawyer. I don't need one. I don't need an attorney. You get what I'm saying? If I did nothing wrong and that's just what my friend did, my friend left the phone, he went to meet up over there. I don't know what happened. They can take me in for questioning. Everybody shit gonna match, and that's just what do y'all got attorneys for? What is the attorneys for? Right, Dale. Exactly. Hey, Nisha.
If that's your kind of content, make sure you're subscribed because we post breakdowns like this all the time. Now, let's talk about what actually happened here. Because the more you look into this case, the more you realize there are gaps the public hasn't been given answers to. It was the 4th of July. 7. Charlie used to help.
Hold on, y'all. Let me get to these commercials.
Answers to. It was the 4th of July. A day meant for cookouts, fireworks, boats on the water, the kind of day where nothing is supposed to go wrong. Nolan Xavier Wells, a young football player with his entire future ahead of him, traveled out to Horn Island with a group of friends. And here's something important to understand right away. Horn Island is not some hidden, deserted stretch of land. It's a popular barrier island off the Mississippi coast, part of the Gulf Islands National.
And they said that they also said, Maisha, that the girlfriend is cooperating, but the friends aren't. The friends aren't cooperating, but the girlfriend is. We got to make that make sense. We got to make that make sense. And you guys, please help me reach my goal. I set a goal up of 10. It can start at $1. Y'all know I don't care. But help me reach that goal. It's an incentive given to content creators by YouTube. Help me reach that, guys.
Sure. On a normal weekend, it sees traffic. On a holiday weekend, like the 4th of July, it's packed. Boats everywhere. People everywhere. Music, coolers, crowds. This was not...
Coolers, crowds, people, yachts, everywhere. Yet nobody, he went there, he went over there. No, he went over there to swim to a boat. But it's people everywhere. Nobody, it's no foul play. He just drowned. He ain't just drowned. And was he swimming to a boat again because y'all left him or y'all knocked him off? And he just couldn't swim that far? So whoever he got into it with? I would be ready to go too. I wouldn't want to be stuck on the island and I'm the only black, you know? The girl said he left him with them and they said no. He was with her lying. He left with them. He left with them, my mother's keeper. And I feel like he got knocked off the boat. How good of a swimmer was Nolan? Is another question. All them people, there's video and audio. You can clearly hear an argument. Yes, I seen that. Definitely hear the argument. Hey, Rhapsody, what's going on, sister? Definitely hear the argument. Definitely hear the argument. I'm just trying to see what all these people around. All these people.
Not an isolated place where someone could disappear without witnesses. This was a crowded island filled with potential eyes, and that's where the first major question begins. If this island was so crowded, how is it that nobody has come forward with a clear, complete account of what happened to Nolan? Around 3 p.m. that afternoon, Nolan was last seen on the west tip of the northern side of the island. Blue swim trunks, no shirt, sunglasses on. That moment, captured in a photo.
So you mean to tell me, because it's like walking from the east side to the west side. You're on one side of the beach and he just takes off to the other side. Now, how long does it take to get to the other side? Just because it's an island doesn't mean it's a 10 to 15-minute walk. Sounds pretty far. Sounds like a good little walk, right? What's he going on the other side of the island for? What's he going on the other side of the island for? Yeah, I feel like it was some pushing and shoving, and maybe he fell off the boat. I believe the girl because of the mom of a boy who goes to the school wrote under an IG post. She said she was not his girlfriend. They just met, and he didn't stay with her. How would the mom of a boy that goes to that school? That's crazy. Y'all get what I'm saying? Like, this is strange. How would the mom of another boy know that he just met her? You get what I'm saying? Like, where did all this come from? The meeting her. How did that go down? People seen something, absolutely. The fact that one of those friends' moms is a judge, they're going to try to sweep this under the rug. Every time our black kids are found hanging or drowned, it's never any foul play. It's just like the black woman that went. Yep. Yep. I'm going to touch on that. That's what I meant to get. Thank you. Thank you, Leslie. Sorry, guys. Thank you for that, Leslie. I want to everything can no one swim. This is the first time going out on the boat with them. Yeah, that's my question. Right on, maybe to see her. Hey, Vibrant, what's going on, sister? What's going on? Good to see you. I sent it to you because I was like, wow, we know something. Something is very fishy. Okay, guys, I'm gonna look it up as soon as I get done with this one because I want to bring what Leslie said into play too, and I want to read what the pastor said, guys.
Is the last confirmed image investigators have of him alive and accounted for. After that, everything goes quiet. No confirmed sightings, no verified timeline, no clear explanation of who he was with in those moments after the photo.
Nothing.
Or how the rest of that day unfolded. And that silence is what has unsettled so many people following this case. Because not long after Nolan failed to return home, his mother, Christine Wansley, began doing what every parent would do. She went public. She took to social media.
And that right there should have showed his mother something, because you mean to tell me it's after the 4th and don't nobody want to catch up with Nolan? Nobody wants to catch up with Nolan, like, hey, yo, how was the week? Like, man, I had so much fun on the water. Nobody wants to hang out afterwards. Nobody, nothing. And how do you don't say anything, just go on? Yeah, they went on with life.
Pleading with anyone who had been on Horn Island that day to come forward. Photos, videos, anything, even the smallest detail. Then she revealed a detail that instantly shifted how people saw this case. At some point that day, Nolan became separated from his phone. That phone eventually made it back to his family in Mississippi. He did not. Let that sink in for a moment. His phone came home.
Who gave his phone up? And don't even say to me that they gave his phone up. Has anybody called? And I wonder, did everybody just go hush? Nobody's talking to Nolan's parents. His phone just is dry as hell. No RIP. That's enough. Nothing, Maisha. Nothing. It's almost like he meant nothing to these people and it's showing. Almost like Karmelo meant nothing to Eddie, right? Eddie, I don't know him. I didn't. He was just somebody to call, like, Who gave the telephone to the mother? One of the so-called friends, child. Everyone that was there, that phone should have been taken and put under. I'm trying to understand how the mom and them got the phone and not him. Cause the police would have definitely kept the phone for evidence. That phone would have been evidence. Cause we want to know now, where did Nolan meet this girl? Why did y'all feel like Nolan left with her and some more stuff? I believe they kept that phone trying to erase evidence. Absolutely. Absolutely.
He didn't. That's not a minor detail. That's the kind of detail that changes how people look at everything else. Did he leave it behind on purpose? Did someone else bring it back? Was he still with friends when that happened? Or
Yeah,
was he
Maisha.
already alone? Right now,
Definitely a setup.
those answers haven't been made public. Once it became clear Nolan was missing, the Jackson County Sheriff's Department moved
Hey,
quickly.
Kiki, baby.
A command post was set up at the Lake Mars boat launch in Ocean Springs. Multiple agencies were called in. This wasn't treated like a routine disappearance. Search teams fanned out across Horn Island and the surrounding waters. Boats, rangers, deputies, volunteers. And yet, even with all of that manpower, days into the search, authorities still couldn't confirm the most basic fact of this case, whether Nolan is even still on that island at all.
Ain't that where they found Nolan? Baby, you can't erase iCloud, okay? They did all of that looking for Nolan and couldn't find him, only to go back and find him on that island. Makes me think that Nolan was later dumped there. I need to know location now of everybody that was on the boat. Cause that ain't enough time. Y'all, we just out of the 4th of July. How did y'all do natural causes? Where's the autopsy? Where's the phone pinging and come on, man, what we doing? I believe he was killed somewhere else.
Think about that. A massive search, multiple agencies, and the answer to where he is remains completely unknown. So how does a search this large still come up empty? And more importantly, what happened in the hours after that last photo was taken? Because when we start looking at who Nolan was with that day and why investigators are still publicly asking those same people to come forward, that's when this case starts raising even more questions. And that's exactly where we're going next. When investigators ask the public for help in a missing person case, that's normal. But when they continue asking days later for the same specific group of people to come forward, that's when attention shifts. Because law enforcement is...
She said, hey, Peaches sis. Teresa said the autopsy is supposed to be done today, and you're right. They need to be well. I'm sure Mr. Crumple get pings from everybody's phone that was on. Once I seen the Bill Crumple's in it, Teresa, I was like, oh yeah, shit's great, hit the fan. Because Ben Crump is going to make sure that all the I's are dotted and T's are crossed, okay? He's definitely going to get into that. And I'm glad that they got Ben Crump. Because this is going to be another, my mom's a judge and everything's going to be swept under the rug. Little murderers are going to be set free because of their skin color. Because Nolan means nothing to these people. Because these same people that Nolan was calling friends, guess what? They haven't said anything. They haven't come forward and said anything to these parents. But all kind of mixed stories and lies. See, once a story get mixed up and confused and it slides here and there, you best believe their asses had something to do with him being unalived. Which makes sense because now they can start getting their stories together, getting rid of all and any evidence. Absolutely. Thank you, Peaches sis. I appreciate you so much. Thank you. 18-year-old sleeps with their phones. Man, They got them waterproof iPhones and some more shit. You hear me, Lady Mysterious? Oh, I believe Mr. Bean gonna get to the bottom of it. He is. Hey, LaShondra, what's going on, sister? What's going on? Not a word. She said because they lawyered up, and I'm sure the lawyer is telling them to be quiet. Oh, now? But what about before? That's what I'm saying with their phones. It's gonna be like the Jarvis and the Zaya stuff. You know, like how it was like after the night. Did he contact her anymore? No. Anybody call her phone after the night? No. So the mom and daddy got the phone at this point. Nobody as friends is calling up about the weekend. Hell, we do. Like, girl, by Sunday, you calling. Girl, we had a hell of a night. My God. I can't wait till we... did you have a good time last night, bitch? I know I did. Or if you had a bad time, like, girl, they shouldn't... We just check up with our peoples. I'm not leaving my phone. And how soon did they give the phone to the mom and him? How soon did Nolan's parents receive that phone is my next question. Real friends don't leave you, right? Nobody said, wait, Connor was last seen with him. Oh, okay.
Already confirmed they interviewed multiple people who were on Horn Island that day. That includes people who were around Nolan. And yet, even after those interviews, authorities are still publicly urging anyone who was with him, spoke to him, or saw him after that 3 p.m. photo to contact them immediately. That wording matters. If everyone who had direct contact with Nolan had already...
If they're again saying no foul play, how is that possible? Why do y'all want people to come forward? Make it make sense. If y'all saying this is no foul play, why? What do y'all want from the people? Oh, they all wipe their social media accounts clean. The girl said she didn't. Matter of fact, let me get to that really quick before we get into some more of this video. She said, Katie had a conversation and assumed that Nolan was getting ready to get back on the boat he came out in. Katie made it home because she was on another boat and with different people. Katie was safe because my brother and sister-in-law went and got her. Katie assumed the friends telling him to get on the boat wouldn't have left him. Me and my family have talked, called, and are sending up prayers to bring Nolan home. We have given all the answers we can give to his mom and authorities. Katie said he got back on the boat with the Gremlin murders, the yacht murders. I don't see her lying. And then somebody else went and picked up Katie. What was it about Katie that could have caused somebody to do this to him? Because they said he didn't know Katie. So if he didn't know Katie, we're trying to understand, how could this be over Katie? She said they know what happened to him. Yeah, Francis. So she actually seen him get back on the boat.
Funeral for my son Nolan. His death was nothing short of a conspiracy, and I will not lay him to rest until I uncover the whole truth. Nolan went out with his friends to celebrate a birthday, yet somehow they sailed back on.
I want to start this over. This is from his mother, you guys.
I will not hold a funeral for my son Nolan. His death was nothing short of a conspiracy.
That's deep. The mama says she is not holding a funeral for her son. The mother said his death was nothing short of a conspiracy. It's crazy. You never know who's really in your circle that low-key don't. Candy say that. The situation leaves so many questions to be answered.
And I will not lay him to rest until I uncover the whole truth. Nolan went out with his friends to celebrate a birthday, yet somehow they sailed back on the boat alone, leaving my son stranded on the island and taking his phone with them. I know better than anyone that he was never a strong swimmer and would never venture out into those treacherous waters.
Didn't I say it? What kind of swimmer was Nolan? These are questions that you have to ask before you start assuming. You know, when they said he was swimming to another boat, for what? I could see him swimming toward the boat and them taunting him. You better swim if you want to come home. Twice in one day, we are winning. Okay, intentionally? Thank you. I appreciate you so much, too. Thank you, sister. Come on, Teresa. What? Because somebody told that was feeling that itch of guilt. Yeah, he swam to the boat. He swam to another boat. So I got to ask Katie, like, all right, if he can hardly swim, I can't see his ass jumping in the water to meet Katie. I can see the yacht being docked. Because Because they said that the people came and got Katie on another boat eventually. So that means that Katie was somewhere, they were somewhere sitting, somewhere standing. Maybe on the island. Why they tell if that's what happened. Come on. I believe they tried to get into his phone to delete stuff. Yes, the mom said well, listen right here.
Those friends had even taken that he was never a strong swimmer and would never venture out into those treacherous waters.
He was never a strong swimmer. Never venture out in those treacherous waters. So which one is he? Because you can be a strong swimmer, but hey, them currents in that water sometimes, everybody, the best swimmers can't swim. Whose boat was it? Right.
Those friends was never a strong swimmer, stranded on the island and taking his phone with them. I know better than anyone that he was never a strong swimmer and would never venture out into those treacherous waters. Those friends had even taken photos with him during the trip, yet they claim they have no recollection of what happened to him. They left him lying in the frigid seawater for 2 full days and nights. Within barely a day of the incident, all of those teenagers' families hired lawyers to defend them. If they truly had nothing to hide, why were they so quick to panic? They must be covering something up. My son was gentle and kind to everyone around him. He could have grown up to be an outstanding football player, yet God took him from me far too soon. I have launched a fundraiser on GoFundMe. Aside from covering funeral costs, the money will go toward hiring lawyers and private investigators. I swear I will force them to reveal every last detail of the truth. I will...
Everybody lawyered up immediately. There goes your killers. And to me, to my daughter and my sons, if you watch something happen like this and you say nothing, your hands are just as dirty. Your hands are just as dirty as the person that committed the crime. Hey, Latasha, what's going on, sis? Cover up, Dale. Absolutely. The mom said Nolan wasn't a strong swimmer. Why didn't Nolan take his ass out there with them? Trust him. Do y'all think that sometimes we downplay our race? You're welcome, Ms. Latasha. Do y'all think sometimes we downplay our race? We so don't want our kids to be around their own kind that we big up the white race, thinking that they have our kids' best interest at heart? Just asking, Dale. You get what I'm saying? Exactly who's lawyer up if they don't do. Yeah. I mean, he got drunk. He drowned. Why can't that be that? Why are we here with all the kids lawyered up? Because mine ain't lawyering up. If you didn't touch him, no. But you're going to tell what you've seen. See, they're going to stick together. Their stories are already together. Who is the mother? That's the judge. Which kid? Who lawyered up first? Did y'all lawyer up before Nolan's body was found? Because it sounds like you guys was pretty much lawyered up before Nolan's body was even found. Just off his mother saying, my son's missing. Pay attention. They was lawyered up before the mama could even say, hey, help me find my son. For some people, that could be it, Miss Parker. You mean he did not have one person that said, we can't leave him? Exactly. Exactly. Hell no, if I don't trust them blue-eyed demons, we don't. She said we do downplay our own race, thinking other races are better. Yeah, they're definitely guilty. Hey, Melody, what's going on, Bookie? Thank you, Latasha. I appreciate that, sis. Thank you. I tell my kids don't trust their ass. One of my kids' moms is one of the kids' mom. Yeah, she's a judge. I want to get into it.
Not hold a funeral for my son Nolan. His death was nothing.
Stand corrected. Judge Ashley Cole has released a statement on behalf of her family and her stepson Warren. I'm not going to read all. You guys can pause. Basically, she said that Nolan was a good friend of the family. Went to school with Nolan's mother, Christine. She also said she told everybody to go private on their account for the very simple reason that she has younger children and she did not want to subject them to social media and all of the harassment and bullying.
Well, it can't be a harassment and bullying, Judge Ashley Cole. You told the kids to, there it goes. The play is in effect by the judge. The play is in effect by the judge herself. I think if we move to those neighborhoods, our kids will be better off because of the area, the schools, etc. But we don't think about things like this happening. Exactly, MMK. I don't even trust my own black people, okay? Yep, them your suspects, the ones who lawyered up. What's going on, Barbara, sis? What's happening? Hey, Chill, what's going on? How are you? Make sure you drop your link, Chill. Make sure y'all go over there to the Chill spot, okay? Super comfortable. I love it there. The judge said she told them to put their accounts on private to keep the drama. But what drama? If this boy walked off like your children said, no foul play, nothing done to Nolan by the hands of nobody on that boat. Private their accounts for what? If it was a simple mistake of drunkenness and, or he just left with Katie. Why they ain't on Katie's top? They're not on Katie's top because everybody believes Katie. And to say that Nolan was a friend, Nolan wasn't a friend. No, you guys wasn't friends of Nolan's or your son, nothing. No. She said, our family, along with the community, grieves the loss of Nolan Wells. Our thoughts and prayers are with Nolan's family. Our son, Warren, loved Nolan. Warren didn't love Nolan enough to be honest with his mother and say if somebody else on the boat did something to Nolan. Because, see, I don't want to be outcasted. But you're a judge. Meaning that you took the oath and you got the oath to do what's right. Not hide things. Especially murder. And that's what you're doing. See, let me tell y'all something. And one thing about it, if I know I'm not a good swimmer, I'm not going on nobody's boat. I don't give a damn who y'all. I don't trust nobody's skin, kin, or not. Everybody's a suspect until, and she said is guilty until proven innocent. She said it's going to be downplayed. There's no foul play. Yeah, make sure y'all sub to Chill, okay? All them that Nolan went out there with are guilty. But my thing is, with all them boats out there, someone should have, come on, he's black. Or they all left at the same time. Come on. Everybody ain't leave on that island. We don't even know everybody on the island intentionally. And I get what you're saying. Ain't no way. Why was he the only one missing at first? Who else was missing, Melody? But she said they love Nolan, LaShondra. She said Warren loved Nolan dearly. Unfortunately, I feel that it's appropriate for our family to dispel some rumors with facts based upon the social media attention that is being diverted away from the Wells family and their loss. See, you good with words, bitch. This bitch is good with words. It sound good. It sound good to somebody that, you know what I'm saying, of y'all skin color and is gonna say, oh yeah, I believe Judge Ashley. Girl, we not going. What is Warren them got attorneys for? We don't gotta, it ain't gotta be a social media thing. The fact that your son Warren that loved him so much went and got a lawyer. If Warren's innocent, what do Warren got a lawyer for based off of social media speculating and coming up with lies and narratives? No, baby. Why wasn't any of them missing also? Come on. I'm calling BS, Judge. Guilt. Not for real. Somebody seen something. All them people out there, absolutely, Brianna. She's saying it's being diverted in speculations on social media. Who? I mean, I think that's just common sense that the Nolan's family, the Wells family, would look at that and get the best, such as being Crump, to get on this case, because we're all trying to understand why the fuck do y'all got lawyers? Based off of you saying social media to dispel some rumors. What rumors? Can't nobody that wasn't there speculating. Hell, the white man that's on the case said, somebody said he swam to the other side. He walked to the other side, and he said himself he couldn't have walked through that because all the cactuses and it ain't nothing but thorns and thickles and shit. So why ain't you telling the detective that's on the case, said anybody know anything, come forward? You need to tell him. Because you really write that letter to Nolan. You're not writing that letter to us. You writing that letter to Nolan's family. Which, if Warren loved Nolan so much and you love Nolan so much, Ashley, why your ass have to write a letter versus going over as a mother, talking to another mother of your son's beloved best friend? Let's talk about it. You wrote a statement. You don't know if them people was gonna see it. But even if somebody did send it to him, what a way to hear that somebody love my son, that's what you do. She said, I guess the rumors of how they set him up. But this is my thing, Melody. It could be that. But nobody on social media was there to speculate or start that rumor. The rumor had to start from down there on that island somewhere. That just didn't sound right to the Americans' people's ears. If y'all get what I'm saying. But Ashley Cole goes and writes a letter, but didn't go see Nolan's mother, because that's what we do as mothers. And that's especially what we do as mothers, and our kids was best friends and he loved them dearly. This reminds me of the miniseries called The Judge, when the judge's son accidentally unalived someone and he did the most to get his son off. How did you get his phone if he wasn't there? Come on. He left with a girl, but he left his phone. He didn't want to go back and get his phone. Come on. Come on, LaShondra. Period. She said, would not know anything. Man, say. Let's finish reading what Ashley said, because Ashley wrote this letter. Because you ain't writing it to the spectators. You're not writing it to the content creators. You're not writing it to the people on Facebook or nothing. Because this is for Nolan's mother. They're the ones grieving. Prayers to that family. I don't want that type of love either, intentionally, at all. She said, yes, I deactivated my Facebook, given the very heightened emotional state of social media right now. You deleted your social media because you didn't want nobody to look into you, Ashley. Now this got me thinking, what type of demon seed is you raising? Who was warned? Because if you was a real stand-up judge and a stand-up mother, you deactivating for what? You wasn't helping Nolan. Was you over there with his mother when she was grieving, when she was crying and looking out for, want to know where her son was? Has anybody seen her son? Was you on her phone line reassuring her that you and Warren was going to go back out there and look? See, you and Warren was lawyering up. Absolutely, Samad. She said, given the very heightened emotional state of social media right now, I fear for the safety of my child and my children. Why you fear? If he just drowned, what you fear for? What you scared for? I got questions. Yeah, they found Nolan's body. How did he get off with the girl? And this is an island. Go where? Please help us understand it. No, because she knew something. I fear for the safety of my child and my children. Why would anybody target Warren? If Warren ain't the unaliver. The fact I'm your friend and no one post of friendships pictures and I'm missing my friend. We had good times. Come on, Lady Mysterious. Last time we saw each other, nothing. Right, what the hell? The sad part is not going to face his family. The fact that you wrote this, Ashley. I hate this for anybody black that's ever had to face you. My husband and I have 6 children, and we covet their privacy. We do not something is appropriate for our minor children's photographs to be circulated throughout the internet, presenting potential threats to their safety. What about Nolan's safety, Ashley? What about Nolan's safety? Oh, it doesn't matter because he's not yours, right? Y'all didn't think that, y'all thought that, see, over the years, situations like this have been swept under the rug. Our black people hasn't really come together as a community to be loud, and as loud as they have with this happening with the Karmelo Anthony case, and this, I think with this happening so soon, we're loud. We're loud and we're not going anymore. So that's what's gotten Ashley. She see that America's not, Black America is not quiet anymore. Let me change that. Hey, Tawana. She is making this thing a race thing. But they will say it is us, Melody. Again, they will say it's us when we read what they say. Okay? Because didn't Nolan's safety matter too? Most carry a backpack on a day trip. How is that the only? She said her kids being circulated is just a potential threat. Well, hell, you was making it like somebody was threatening them. I graduated high school with Christian Wells Wansley. We are from the same community. I have the utmost respect for her and all the Wells family. We mourn the loss of Nolan with them. Our prayers have been and will continue to be with them. But if you went to school with her, she's your friend, like Warren was Nolan's friend, I'm gonna come and talk to y'all. I'm gonna come and talk to y'all. Cause I would feel responsible. You get what I'm saying? My husband and I were not on the boat on July the 4th. No one in our family is trying in any way to impede with the investigation by law enforcement or to otherwise hamper the family and law enforcement's quest for answers. Warren was interviewed by the Jackson County Sheriff's Department and cooperated fully. But Ashley, you act like your name don't hold weight, baby. Do y'all really think that Gray locked the judge's son up? In Mississippi? Oh. If y'all thought that, then there's something wrong with you. He cooperated fully. Why did he get a lawyer? He saw Nolan something in 3 p.m. on July 4th. They left around 4:30 when Now she said they had a problem with the pump at 4:30. Ain't that coincidental? Now the boats got problems with the pump. He last seen Nolan here. She's saying, it's like she's saying Nolan left with another group. Did he leave with Katie or another group? Yes, I am a judge. I also value transparency. Let me finish letting this play, you guys. Let me let her
Well, I stand corrected. Judge Ashley Cole has released a statement on behalf of her family and her stepson Warren. I'm not going to read all, you guys can pause. Basically, she said that Nolan was a good friend of the family, went to school with Nolan's mother, Christine. She also said she told everybody to go private on their account for the very simple reason that she has younger children and she did not want to subject them to social media and all of the harassment and bullying that was going to come with Nolan's unaliving. She said her
with you being a judge alone, you're already out there. You know what I'm saying? On the front street. I don't get it. I just don't get I decided to shut mine. So how do anybody look you up as a judge? Like, it doesn't sound right. Yeah, I'm coming to you as a woman, a mother, not as a judge, and I'm going to talk to the family if you put me out. And then at least I tried to, but to write a letter OMG is crazy work. No way they locking up the judge. They definitely not. Warren wasn't going to jail.
We're not at Horn Island on the 4th, and that none of them are trying to impede on the investigation. That Warren was interviewed at Jackson County Sheriff's Department and corroborated fully. He saw Nolan last at 3 p.m. on July 4th. They left around 4:30 when the boat was taking on water, and they had issues with the pump. She said Nolan made the decision to stay on the island and return inland later with another group of friends.
Wait a minute, Judge, you fucked up. Ashley, come here. Come here, Ashley. Now, if your son left the island at 3, why did you bring up the pump at 4:30? What's the relevance? How do you know that Nolan left with that group if your son last seen him on the island at 3? I last seen Teresa at 3 at the store. That's the last time I saw Teresa. Teresa continued to stay at the store with friends, and eventually she left with them. But if your son left before Nolan left with the friends, Ashley, how do you know that? How do Ashley know this? Listen to what she said again. You told on yourself, Ashley. You told on yourself. I think you were a little bit more nervous than Nolan. Yeah. The judge covering up something for her son What gives her the right to tell everybody to go private on their account, which means leading what's going on? Absolutely, Samad. It sounds like to me like she was trying to minimize the damage. If she knew Nolan's mom, she should have been over there as a concerned parent with no phone. Right, get in here. Right, I will have to catch the replay going back. Okay, Passion, be careful and have a great day. Okay, exactly. Listen to what she says. She knows something. Absolutely.
30 when the boat was taking on water and they had issues with the pump. She said Nolan made the decision to stay on the island and return inland later with another group of friends.
Listen to the words. Nolan chose to stay on the island and later return with a group of friends.
The guy to the far left of the screen, that is Warren. On top of that, Warren's mother made a statement. She basically said the same thing. We're all distraught. We're all hurt. That people's information is not right.
You said, Ashley, that Nolan stayed with a group and later decided to leave. If Warren wasn't there, how the hell do you know where Nolan went? How do she know that Nolan later left with that group? Because that means you don't know. You wasn't there on the island. You just said you wasn't there. If your son left before Nolan left with his group, the other group, how would your son know that if they left and had the water pump? Think about it, y'all. They had the pump broke down on the water around 4:30. How he know where Nolan's on the island? They're in the water. They left at 3, so you mean an hour and a half later? They're on the water with pumps, so how do they know what's happening on the island? Because they got Nolan's phone, remember? Remember? So if it ain't a text in that phone from Nolan saying, hey, I left my phone on the boat. I'm using Woo to Woo's phone. And I left my phone on the boat. I'm going to go with them and catch up with y'all later. But I haven't heard that being a message, Ashley. She said that's the story they told us to say now. Yeah, someone said facts. Now she's saying in this one, she said, Wyatt asked him, she said he was insisting about staying with his girl. Wyatt asked him several times to please get on the boat, and people heard him. My son loves him and would never in 1 million years leave him, but he did. See, y'all got it sound like that Tyrone situation. I would never leave him, but he did. He did. My son will never in 1 million years leave him. He did. Per you. That's right. They'll prove somebody done effed up, and they're going to definitely mess around and find out with Crump. Mm-hmm. Hey, Montreal, what's going on? Happy Wednesday. No, we came together. Crump, get the digging up. I'm sorry. She said, my son loves him and will never in 1 million years leave him. Warren does not even have a boat. But look, in her text message, this is how fucked up she is. She said Wyatt asked him several times. That's why I was like, well, ain't his name Warren? But in the next sentence, she said, Warren does not have a boat. Nolan has been over our house several times, and he is the sweetest friend. We all adore him. Again, when Wyatt asked for him to get on, he said he wanted to stay. And Wyatt's boat started to fill with water. His boat ended up breaking down, and it was towed in. Wait a minute, Ashley. Bring your funky ass here, Ashley. Hold on. Send it to me on in my email real quick. Hold on, guys. Sorry. Send me my email from Montreal. Send me your number, Montreal, on email. Now, Ashley said the boat had to get towed in. Something ain't right. You said they left at 3 in your first statement. You said they left at 3 and What's the Google, Montreal? Give it to me again real quick and I'll write it down. She said, didn't I? That's why you gotta listen. And words is everything. Because in this statement, it ain't going. I ain't going. I got you. Listen what she said now. Remember, I just played the first one for y'all. She said, so the boat what? Yeah, we need to talk to Ashley. Her son have talked to his mom about what really happened. Okay, I got you, Montreal. That's new to me. She said, now listen to what she said on this one. Because remember, she said, Warren loved them. Warren said that they left at 3. He last seen Nolan. That's why I said with Nolan, pay attention. If he seen him at 3, if I seen Teresa at the store, I leave the store. How do I know what Teresa's doing at the store? Does that make sense? How do I know what Teresa's done at the store once I leave at 3? Now she's saying, and she said they left at 3 because remember, she said in the water, they pump broke at 4:30. She didn't say they was still on the island at 4:30. She's protecting her son. That girl said she wasn't Nolan's girlfriend, lying so much she can't keep up. And she said, again, Wyatt asked for him to get on the boat. He said he wanted to stay, and Wyatt's boat started filling with water. His boat ended up breaking down and was towed in. I don't know this girl that he wanted to stay with. I can just tell. Let me finish playing it, guys. Let's just finish playing it.
Will I stand corrected? Judge Ashley Cole has released a statement on behalf of her family and her stepson Warren. I'm not going to read all. You guys can pause. Basically, she said that Nolan was a good friend of the family. Went to school with Nolan's mother, Christine. She also said she told everybody to go private on their account for the very simple reason that she has younger children and she did not want to subject them to social media and all the harassment and bullying that was going to come with Nolan's unaliving. She said her and her husband were not at Horn Island on the 4th.
She didn't want harassment with Nolan's unaliving. I thought he drowned. Ashley, did Nolan drown? She said she didn't want him to be the unaliving. Unaliving means somebody took your life. They got too much going on. I'm going to have to replay them at work. Customers keep walking up to the window. ISIS. How they get to go. How they got back on dry land if their boat messed up. I mean, I'm just asking, what did she... I'm glad I took it back. Listen to what she said again, guys. Listen.
For a reason that she has younger children and she did not want to subject them to social media and all of the harassment and bullying that was going to come with Nolan's unaliving. She said...
With Nolan's unaliving, I thought that he drowned, Ashley. Unaliving? Huh. Now, that sounds better, Ashley. A little truth with a lot of lies. She's not good. You know when you're nervous and you got that guilt itch, Candy, it's going to come off. Yeah. Very telling. My mother's keeper, me neither. Absolutely, Melody. Straight contradicting. Very contradicting, child.
Her and her husband were not at Horn Island on the 4th, and that none of them are trying to impede on the investigation. That Warren was interviewed at Jackson County Sheriff's Department and corroborated fully. He saw Nolan last at 3 p.m. on July 4th. They left around 4:30 when the boat was taking on water, and they had issues with the pump. She said Nolan made the decision to stay on the island and return inland later with another group of friends. Now, the guy to the far left of the screen, that is Warren. On top of that, Warren's mother made a statement. She basically said the same thing. We're all distraught. We're all hurt. That people's information is not right. Another boy by the name Wyatt asked Nolan to get on the boat several times, but Nolan said he wanted to stay behind with Katie. She said Warren doesn't even own a boat. Once again, the boat was taking on water and it had to be towed.
But if you Wyatt's mama, why are you speaking on Warren? We go from Warren to Wyatt.
Sure. He also said her son had nothing to do with it, and he was the first one to notice that Nolan was missing when they got back to the house. They called his mother and the Coast Guard. One thing that confuses me about this, Katie told her.
Which one realized that he was missing? Wyatt or Warren? Y'all realized when y'all got back to the house that the only black kid on the boat is gone? Y'all mean to tell me it's a small group of friends with only me as the black person on the boat, and y'all didn't realize, even when the boat broke down, y'all didn't say, where's Nolan? Y'all didn't realize until y'all went back to the house that the only black kid that went outside with y'all didn't return back from outside with y'all? Y'all heard what they just said when they got back to the house. They realized Nolan ain't here. But your son said that Nolan, I thought Ashley said that, Warren said that Nolan stayed back with a group. Which one is it? Come on, y'all. This is what they saying. In my line, this is in their statements. Let me take it back just a second.
Hold on. A boat. Once again, the boat was taking on water and it had to be towed to shore. He also said her son had nothing to do with it, and he was the first one to notice that Nolan was missing when they got back to the house. They called his mother and the Coast Guard. One thing that confuses me about this, Katie told her mother, and I quote, Katie assumed that the friends telling him to get on the boat wouldn't leave him. Warren's mother said Nolan wanted to stay with Katie. So who's the last one to actually be with Nolan? If Katie didn't stay, his friends didn't stay. Was he left there on the island by himself?
Y'all stories are conflicting, baby. Y'all said once they realized that when they got to the house, like, the black kid's gone. Oh my God, the black kid's not with us. Nolan's gone. So Nolan's gone. Again, y'all didn't say anything. But Warren told his mama, the judge, that he stayed back with friends. So how do y'all realize when y'all get to the house after you seen him at 3 o'clock with the girl Katie that he's no longer with y'all? Make sense. Come on, intentionally. They did not notice until they got back, but Ashley said Warren seen him on the island with Katie. And that he said he wanted to stay with Katie. And she said they left at 3 o'clock. And at 4:30, while they was on the water going back to the house, that the boat pump went out and they had problems. And that later on, Nolan went with that group of people. How do you know? Because if that's the case, then why did you say that when the kids returned home? In another statement, y'all said the kids went to the house and realized Nolan wasn't there. Hell, they knew Nolan wasn't with him because he said he last seen at 3 o'clock with Katie. So why would you later on go to the house and have your son call and say that Nolan was missing when he know good well he said, at least you did? Hey, AC Shakira. Happy Wednesday. So they noticed when y'all all got, but y'all didn't go back. Y'all just said someone would get him home. But they made sure he was present to go on that trip. This is all screwed up in so many different ways. I know God has sent me some stuff, you guys. Let me check it out. I hope Ben Crump eats them alive. Okay. It said, Melissa Sue said she was not his girlfriend. They just met and he did not stay with her. Please stop spreading information. So Melissa Sue has came under the comment section under this. She said, why did them white demons kill him? I blame his mother to allow him to hang with the only White shaking my head. I don't blame his mama for that. Nobody expects when our kids allegedly, because hell, we got black kids that kill each other too. That was friends. So I don't want to do that. Don't. She said didn't care at all. Come on, which one is it? They didn't notice Nolan wasn't on the boat until they got home, or he stayed with the girl. That's it, Leslie. Which one is it? Melissa Sue said, as the mother whose mixed son goes to the same school, plays alongside him in sports, I do not blame his parents. His mother is biracial, and he has some grown ups with the kids his entire life. I don't know what happened. I just know this doesn't seem right. Something happened, and those boys need to be questioned, and a full investigation needs to happen. Let me see something. Yeah. Let's see. One second, y'all. Making sure I got it all. If you see this, I want y'all to pay attention because at this moment you see the onlookers, just like we do as black people when people start ready to fight. Oh shit, we standing in our yards. We're standing watching the altercation. This is why everybody's looking around and you hear the cussing. Everybody is assumed to be looking at that boat to see what's going on with Nolan in the altercation at that moment. Hold on. Trying to see if I can find that face. But Melissa Sue said something very much as so has happened to Nolan, and those friends definitely need to be questioned. I definitely say question those children. I mean, definitely question those children more. Being Crump, I know you're gonna get to it and things like that. Where are we from? One of my folks went with us. Absolutely. All them people, nobody seen shit. 2 + 2 = 4. All eyes. Absolutely, Wanda. Yes, they made sure he was present. Absolutely, Lashandra. Those are facts. Mm. That's the only thing I can say about it. I want to get into Javeayah a little bit, guys. 4-year-old missing in South Carolina. I'm gonna get up there to try to get to the hearing in August. I got to get that date again from Shankrock so I can get to that hearing and won't miss it. Wish Nolan to go another one of his black friends. And when I look at the onlookers there, I see no more black people in sight. That's scary. Especially around water. I ain't messing with it. I ain't messing with it. But something that Leslie brought up, y'all know how I be doing my research at the same time. I should have been on to this. I forgot though. On November 4th, 2018, 40-year-old Tamala Horsford was found dead in the backyard of a home in Cumming, Georgia, following an overnight football mom's birthday sleepover. She was the only black woman at the gathering, consisting mostly of white friends and acquaintances. Authorities conducted an investigation and concluded that her death was tragic accidental fall from the home's second story deck. Now you mean to tell me, now y'all don't believe me, Google this story, is what Leslie was talking about. Hey, yes, 2008. Hey, Queen Butterfly. November 2018. That Tamla Horsford went and had a sleepover with all white girlfriends and acquaintances. And she fell tragically, accidentally, from the home second story deck. An autopsy and toxicology report noted that Horsford had suffered several severe injuries consistent with the fall, and that her system contained high blood alcohol level along with anti-anxiety drugs such as Xanax. Well, I could see the white bitches getting drunk and lifted. Getting a Xanax. I mean, hell, what we doing at a sleepover? We're drinking. You're gonna find alcohol in my system. Are y'all cool? Are y'all cool? That story never made sense to me. Hey, Alma. Did they try and say she was drunk and fell over the balcony? Absolutely. Now they found Xanax, something that don't get subscribed to us for shit. Like, you really got to be, and this ain't to nobody that gets Xanax, but they really think you're cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs when they give you Xanax. Due to mounting, they said, controversy and unanswered questions. Despite the official ruling, the case sparked intense public scrutiny and grief. Horsford's family, along with advocates across the country, disputed the accident narrative. Of course, they raised concerns regarding inconsistencies in witness statements. Damn, we got another one. Wouldn't that make you, if this was your family, raise an eyebrow and if you heard inconsistency? Correct? Thank you, Lady LeMay. Bruising and injuries that her family's independent autopsy findings suggested may not align with a simple fall. Well, wait a minute. The family goes and gets a second autopsy. And it doesn't go with what, of course, the white autopsy says. The timeline of the events and the amount of time that passed before 911 was called the next morning. Wait a minute. What? Due to the mounting public pressure, local authorities briefly had Georgia Bureau of Investigation take a look at the case, but the findings remained unchanged. No criminal charges was found. New details in Nolan Wells' death are fueling online comparison to the Tamla Horsford case. Duran said, how did he die? Was it drunk drowning? Was he beaten? Was he shot or stabbed? What is the cause of death? With the way the internet warriors, I'm not surprised they changed their accounts to private. Avoid being harassed. He said, avoid being harassed by the internet cops who think they know everything. I'll wait for more information before pointing fingers at people. She said, Keith said, in the case of Tamala, I've always believed that one of those women's husband did something to her. It was then covered up. Hey, Erica. They ain't giving it to us blacks. They not give you, man. Let me pull it up. Hold on, guys. I want to hear a little bit, and then I'll get into Javeayah, okay?
I'm revisiting a story that continues to haunt so many
Y'all
of
drop
us.
Black Girl Gone
The
for me in the
mysterious
chat.
death of Tamla Horsford, a woman who went to a slumber party and never made it home. This case, first released on the show in 2021,
Absolutely, Alma.
has remained one of the most requested, most talked about stories we've ever covered, and for good reason. The questions still far outweigh the answers. Was it really an accident, or was there something much more sinister behind what happened that night? As we take another look at Tamla's story, I hope it serves as a reminder of how easily justice can slip away, and why we must continue to ask the hard questions,
Okay, Lady LeMay.
even when the system stops looking for answers.
And that's what I was saying, Alma. Like, I think at the 4:30 mark when they were saying they had problems with the boat, I'm thinking that they pushed Nolan off, and as Nolan was trying to swim, I think that he got caught under that boat, and that's what happened. Once he was trying to swim back into the boat, get back onto the boat, after being knocked out of that boat, that's what caused the problems with the boat. Because ain't it just funny that coincidentally that this happens to Nolan, and somebody tells the police that, yeah, he was trying to swim to the boat. What boat? What boat? And how coincidentally did y'all boat break down on the water? Man, I'm good. I'm staying home. I can be kicking it by myself with a bottle of wine at my own pajama party because this is crazy. Yes. Y'all go check out that story of Tamla Horsford, and y'all let me know in the comment section. I want to really get to Javeayah really quick, you guys, and stuff. And if I hear more about Nolan, I think Shake Rock is covering the Nolan case. So y'all get it through. I just want to get my synopsis on the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And call out the inconsistencies in the judges, their statements of what they're saying. Ms. Parker, were you able to open the link referring to the young lady found at a strange food in Atlanta? Send it back to me, Jacqueline. I don't think so. Resend it to me, if you don't mind. Hold on, guys. Y'all know how I be.
Year-old Javeayah Harris, I have just confirmed moments ago that agency is the Aiken County Sheriff's Office.
And you're Ethan Hunter there on the scene.
Yeah, we just came out here to get some updated video of the memorial, check out the house, talk to some neighbors, but I pulled up and found investigators here, crime scene taping the house. Investigators have come to the house, crime scene taped off the yard, and are going back into the woods there. I don't know if you've seen them coming in and out of the house as well, with gloves on and what appeared to be evidence bags as well, coming in and out of the house here for the last 15 or so minutes since I arrived. There's about 5 unmarked cars here, which is why we originally didn't know which agency it was here. Now confirmed that it is the Aiken County Sheriff's Office that is here. But like I said, this was not up here. There were not investigators here just a couple of hours ago. This is
He said a couple of hours ago it wasn't anybody there. I want to read some of these things with Javeayah. Didn't I tell y'all one thing about it, 2 things for certain. When you've been doing this for a while, it kind of gets you used to what's going to be said. And the first thing I said was, I'm not going to be shocked if the family comes out and say something was wrong with it. And lo and behold, what happens? Yeah, it was something wrong with her. This is what Tashay Dior said. This is bothering me so bad. Just why, Shay? Why? Like, I was actually trying to help you while helping myself. I would argue with you and still talk to you so that I could be able to get Javeayah so that she could play with my baby. We had so many conversations about getting on our feet and taking care of our girls. You got mad at me when your BD bought Javeayah's Christmas gifts. She said, you got mad at me when your BD bought Javeayah's Christmas gifts and you wouldn't open the door for him because you said you didn't want anything from him or his family. She's one of them type that she does that when she gets mad and things don't go her way. Her child was a casualty of her war with the father. They killed that beautiful baby girl. So sad. So she said that the mother got mad when the dad bought Christmas gifts to Javeayah. Said she went up on the door. She didn't want nothing from him or his family. She said, I took her gifts, held them so that she could open them on Christmas Day, which was the next day. You told me to throw it in the trash, and I didn't. I kept it till the next morning, then gave them to you. You said I was weird for that and wanted to fight me, shaking my head. This shit hit so different for me, man, because I actually had my hands on this baby, hugged her, bathed her, and made sure she ate when she was with me. So many times I had to check you in my house because you didn't want her asking for anything, and I told you not to tell her that in my house because if she wants something, she can get it. She was such a sweet baby. You were so excited when you started using the bathroom on her own. She had so much manners like, Shay, what the fuck? I'm a person who has lost kids in the past, and just to think it was right to do this. I'm just so mad at you right now. I woke up this morning in tears, man. This shit is so unbelievable to me. This is different, man, for real. Got me hugging and kissing my baby more tighter every day because I don't care how hard life gets for me or whatever my baby takes me through. None of this sort would ever cross my mind. Shay, you effed me up with this one. You always acted so paranoid, like someone was always talking about you. Just weird shit. I would tell you like, girl, what the fuck wrong with you? All I've been doing was trying to help you. Even though when you told lies. Somebody said, the grandmother has been fighting for custody for Javeayah since before she was born because they was both so young that they wouldn't have graduated if it wasn't for the grandma. Shay killed that baby by beating her while the dad wasn't at home, as far as we know for sure, because she admitted to it. As a family member of the family, we did not expect this to be the outcome, nor the situation we would be in today. It was all a big load to carry once we found out what actually happened, because they kept her away from us. As if, snap, y'all, I'm sorry. Bless me. It was all a big load to carry once we found out what actually happened because they kept her away from us, as if we was the ones trying to harm them, just for our little Javeayah to be announced deceased, and the reason being is because of the mother. Our family is grieving, and we was told not to say anything on social media by the laws due to investigation reasons. See, the law wants the family to hush. Hey, Erica, they said they was told to hush about her behaviors. Tina said, my heart breaks for y'all, but please don't make excuses for him. He knew this little girl was in danger before this happened. He allowed it to continue. Then after her death, he hid it from everyone and had a hand in hiding the body. I'm sorry, but he is just as much as guilty as she is. I'm sure that hurts, but it is not your fault. Then it says, that's the problem. Yeah, it is. It is, Lady Mysterious. It's definitely a problem. I just don't understand why not just let someone else have that baby to love. You know, some people are selfish. They really are. You know what I'm saying? And That was how selfish she was, Candy, that she used this baby as a leverage to get him back. And, to hurt the family of his and stuff like that. They said, as a member of the family of the father, I can honestly say none of us was raised that way. We reached out plenty of times, but Shay got into his head like we was always against him, when the whole time we was always with him. And all it took was one call for help. And we all moving together for him and Javeayah. We told him from the beginning to leave Shay alone. We tried to talk to him. He shut us out. And we even tried to reach out to her. She blocked every last one of us on everything, literally everything. They both moved out of the city, changed multiple numbers, deactivated multiple social media pages. When anybody from the family reached out, we all thought and still think that Shay has had roots on him because he always ran back to her and shuts us out again. I honestly feel like he only ran back because maybe she threatened him as such. You want to play games? Watch what I do to our daughter. They moved to multiple cities and never let nobody know any addresses and whereabouts. The grandmother has been fighting for custody for Javeayah since before she was born. Somebody said, no words. 4-year-old. The mom confessed she beat her because she peed in the bed. They dumped her body in a lake. And the only reason why they made the missing report is because she was in labor and her family will wonder why she wasn't around. Up on information and relief, the defendant, Michelle Herring, the mother of Javeayah Harris, 4 years old of age, caused the death of Javeayah, who was the underage of 11, while committing child abuse and neglect, and the death occurs under circumstances manifesting an extreme indifference to human life by not seeking medical attention for Javeayah after knowing that Javeayah suffered injuries, which was obtained from physical abuse. This information was obtained by the defendant's confession and the co-defendant's confession. But the neighbor said, though, this is the crazy part too. The neighbor said that they hadn't seen her in a couple of months playing. And the mom actually had the baby the night that she called the 911 call allegedly to report her missing. That's why I thought this shit was super weird. I always felt the mom did it because in court she seemed so nonchalant and the dad seemed a little remorseful. They both deserve what comes to them. And even if the dad didn't initially do the unaliving, he's still just as guilty. This is your child, and that means that you loved Michelle more than you loved Javeayah, because there's no way I would cover that up for you or even be a part of it. These kids' cases are blowing me. Why the kids? Please give them up before taking their lives. Damn shame. They need to. Yeah, they took it. The family has the baby. Yeah, the family had the baby. Nope, they haven't located. They haven't located Javeayah yet, from my understanding. Yeah, she's so and they did. I got a TikTok video of them getting a drum, like, you know how in the country people can burn their garbage and stuff like that. They did take one of those and put it into the evidence truck. So what he's seen is a lot of that. I don't know if they're going to show it on here, but he's seeing a lot of
development. Came back to talk to some more neighbors, us, got a few different investigators coming in and out. There's a truck with a trailer parked in the driveway of this home, as well as a couple of unmarked cars off to my right. So they're coming in and out of the house. I watch them right as I pull up, put on some bug spray, and walk straight back into behind the home Javeayah lived here. And as you can see to my left, that memorial still growing, some people still pulling up to see the memorial, also surprised by investigators back at the home. And we're going to keep you updated as we continue to watch and observe and try to find out more about what they're doing here, because like I said, they were not.
Tomorrow, then I might take that trip up there and stuff to South Carolina where this happened at. I just got to see what tomorrow brings for us or whatever. But I do want to go and get a look at this house myself. I want to go see if there's a chicken coop, which they said it wasn't. But I kind of want to go get inside of this house and bring y'all a little bit closer to the scene, the Miss Parker type way, okay? She didn't want to have that baby in jail. That's why she made the call. And they both had to go on with the plans because she was in labor. When parents risk a child's life, they need their life taken as well. I agree, LaShondra, 100%. Just because she wet the bed, wow, a little piece sick. And the friend very much made a lot of statements and called her a liar, said she was always lying and she was like always so paranoid and things like that. Lady Mysterious, she happened, she knew the family would ask about her if she wasn't around when that baby came. Then just wash the sheets and put them in timeout. But do we really put babies in timeout, LaShondra, for what we have to teach them? Like, we're in charge of the potty training and make sure it's done correct, making sure that we get them up every time. Okay, it's time. Let me get her to the potty, consistently. Javeayah, do you have to potty and things like that? So, like she lied about that chicken coop. And the friend said that in the statement that she wrote on Facebook, like, you're always lying and stuff. And I seen that for myself, with her saying there was a chicken coop, and come to find out there's no chicken coop at all. You know what I'm saying? And the dad saying all the crackheads, hell, we got crackheads all that run, everybody got a crackhead to run around the streets. Wouldn't it make you get cameras? Or the fact that y'all constantly got evicted. And I get that the family of the father wants to he was a good man, we wasn't raised like that, so he was raised to not be a provider, because she was constantly getting evicted and not taking my child out of this situation, taking her to court. Bump my mama going to court. What about me? And what about me standing strong by my mother, whether I have problems, I got a record or whatever, to say that this is not what it is? And said the neighborhood was bad in crackheads, and you just, come on, that's all the more reason that you let her go out at 8 o'clock to play by the chicken coop, the imaginary chicken coop. She should have never been outside by herself playing, ever. And that could have caused the queen butterfly, where, you know what I'm saying, the abuse. Absolutely. Absolutely, Lady Mysterious. Absolutely. Absolutely. They definitely had this
is new that investigators have returned to the home, and crime scene tape blocked off this house and this yard again.
I want to ask you real quick, because we left and a brown bag for evidence.
Right.
Too.
And Ethan, we want to let you know, we know you're out there by yourself. If you want to get behind the camera and zoom, and so you can get an idea too, a visual, what's going on. Absolutely. Again, being too transparent, it was just in there when he noticed this. So trying to get more information. Again, the evidence bag is important, but yeah, it has a visual on it.
I just wanted to be able to see.
And I wonder, I keep putting myself on mute. I wonder with that garbage drum that they took out of the house and evidence on the TikTok video, if that is something that maybe they burnt her clothes in, what she had on last in. Are they looking for clothing of Javeayah? Are they looking for a body? I don't know. But they did take a big garbage drum where you burn clothes out and stuff. So That was a pretty baby. She looked like Kiki Palmer to me. And she's talking about she wanted to play a little longer outside with her PJs on by herself while she cooked dinner. Girl, come on. That shows the negligence right there. But then you want to talk about the crackheads surrounding the neighborhood. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. That you want to cook dinner at that time of night. And then look at the time of night she's cooking. No, sometimes it takes a little longer for some potty training. Be patient as a kid if you're not mentally fit to handle it. Move around. Absolutely. And the friend said she never pottied in her bed ever. As many times she kept her and spent the night that she didn't see that, Erica. Is this the one said she put the baby in the tub for a bath and laying her down in the tub? Said the baby was sucking up bath water, then acting weird. And she did CPR on the girl. Water was coming out of her. I didn't see that, LaShondra. What? Come on, Lady Mysterious, period. That's all the more reason to keep your baby safe. If it's crackheads running around and you got people snooping around your house, I mean, I would make sure my baby's by me at all times. I would make sure my baby's by me at all times. Making sure that if we got to get extra safety locks on the door, if she can unlock the door. If one baby is too much. Come on, Latasha. Come on, Latasha. She said one baby too much, then how you right. That's the weird part of it too. And the second weirdest thing is, how long did y'all think y'all was gonna get away with it? Did you hear the 911 call? Send it to me, Goddess. You got it. Send it to me on text message. I think Time Warp sent it to me. She said, "We'll tell you like, girl, what the fuck wrong with you? All I've been doing was trying to help you. Even though we know you told lies, I still tried because of baby Javeayah. I'm hurt about this. I swear I can't sleep thinking about it. I just can't believe they did this. They're evil people in this world for real. These are pics from our apartment we lived in right next door for almost 2 years. I'm in 50F and she was in 51F. I'm ready to see if I got it. Let me see if I can get it on YouTube.
Where's your emergency? Oh, man, I'm at 39 Hillsborough Street. I can't find my baby. 39 Hillsborough Street? Yes, ma'am. She was outside playing, and I came out here at the cookie dinner a little bit, and I'm looking for her, but I don't see her nowhere. All right, how old is this baby? She's 4. All right, what was she wearing? She has on pink Minnie Mouse pajamas. And she had me in pink beads. She had braids. Is she black, white, Hispanic? She's mixed. Okay. How long ago did you see her, ma'am? When was the last time you saw her? I just came out here like no less than 20 to 30 minutes ago.
She says she's mixed, but they both look black. Or am I tripping? She says she's mixed, but they're both black. I'm not saying that she ain't got white in her and he don't. I'm just asking.
I went in the house to cook dinner and I just told her it's time to come in once it starts getting dark. And when I came out here, I just... Okay. Just take a breath for me, okay? I already have nothing with...
I told her just come in when it... What 4-year-old... I ain't saying kids ain't smart now. But what 4-year-old No, when it get dark, you come in. What? She said that baby is a mix. I know this. And that's why it makes me say, is she mixing? Was she not his? Is why she was okay with that other baby.
Right to you, okay? Do you know where she might be
Hey,
heading?
Janice.
Okay, you have any family or friends that live around the area? No, but she usually try to take our chickens and catch them, and I've been looking through the woods to try to see if I see her, but I don't see her nowhere. What's your name? My name is Mitchell Harris. What's her name? Javeayah Harris. Harris? I couldn't hear the first name. Javeayah is spelled Javeayah. And I wasn't out here. I'm 39 weeks pregnant. I can't keep up with her like that. Okay.
I'm 39 weeks pregnant. I can't keep up with my 4-year-old like that. Bitch, you said it like you was great. Say you had a house full of kids. I mean, just goofy. So you left outside with crackheads, clearly. Clearly, I think she's Hispanic, but if we're both black, you know what? Hey, Karen B. If we're both black, we're just gonna cut the shit. And then you told the people, I'm 39 weeks pregnant. I can't keep up with her. So how is you even pregnant, my girl? They can't. And they not going, a 4-year-old ain't going by direct, put 4-year-olds in a room by themselves and say, everybody read a book until I come back in. Y'all think some of them 4-year-olds ain't gonna get up? If you can't keep up with her, then you shouldn't. She doesn't need to be outside, because what if someone snatched her? You can't run after her. Absolutely. Hey, Miss Jamila. She can't keep up with her like that. Man, say. Hold on, y'all.
Taking County 911, where's your emergency?
Hold on.
I'm at 39 Hillsborough Street. I can't find my baby.
Exactly, Deshauna.
39 Hillsborough Street. Yes, ma'am. She was outside playing, and I came out here at the cookie dinner a little bit, and I'm looking for her, but I don't see her nowhere. All right. How old is this baby? She's 4. All right. What was she wearing?
Do you expect the 4-year-old to be in the same place after cooking dinner? Like, what was you cooking for dinner? Because cooking and preparing dinner takes a long time.
She has on pink Minnie Mouse pajamas.
Right, Karen.
And she had me in pink beads. She had braids. Is she black, white, Hispanic? She's mixed. Okay. How long ago did you see her, ma'am? When was the last
Eats
time you
my
saw her?
bones.
I just came out here like no less than 20 to 30 minutes. So I went in the house to cook dinner, and I just told her it's time to come in once it starts getting dark.
Okay.
And when I came out here, I just okay. Just take a breath from me, okay? I already have them on the way to you, okay? Do you know where she might be heading? Okay, you have any family or friends that live around the area? No, but she usually try to take our chickens and catch them, and I've been looking through the woods to try to see if I see her, but I don't see her nowhere. What's your name? My name is Mitchell Harris. What's her name? Javeayah Harris. Harris? I couldn't hear the first name. Javeayah is spelled Javeayah. And I wasn't out here. I'm 39 weeks pregnant.
It's J. Hey, I ain't got time to spell out shit looking for mine. Now, my 911 call is going to be different. I ain't saying that everybody ain't. I don't understand this. I'm looking for my baby.
I can't keep up with her like that. Okay. Anybody else out there with her? Like that was out there with her? Any friends, kids playing with her? The way our yard is set up, it's nothing but the dogs and the chickens.
Okay.
Here in the back.
Does she have any health issues? Any mental issues, anything like that?
They suspect that she was autistic, but she just now turned 4. They don't have no diagnosis on her.
You said they diagnosed her with. They said she's autistic, but they ain't diagnosed her with it. They don't even make them kind of diagnosis until they're at the age of 5. Because they know development, all kids don't do the same. Some kids that talk at 2 years old, full conversations. All kids are not like that. That's why even in teaching a class, if you ever taught in a class, I've did daycare, as I've said before, and stuff like that, you have to communicate because all the 3-year-olds in the class aren't on the same learning level. Okay? Now she said it's 1,000 chickens back there. I'm trying to understand, y'all. I ain't barely been living here. You've been evicted from this place, back to back eviction. How the fuck do y'all afford to own chickens? 1,000 of them. How do y'all get back on y'all feet miraculously in this big a time where you could barely take care of your daughter? And that's why the girl would help out. They used to live in an apartment, 51F, or 50F. And now you just got all this money and to have over 1,000 chickens. Yeah, it's over 1,000 chickens in the back. So when the you didn't hear if she was snatched from the back, you didn't hear the chickens cackling or nothing to make you go out there and say, let me check on my baby. I wonder what the first responders be thinking after everything comes out. Candy said, what now? She said, the lady on the phone clearly got mental issues. Your baby missing and she laughs. That's even more reason your trifling ass shouldn't be. No baby should be outside anyway. I don't give a damn if it's 1 in the afternoon. She's 4.
She's very smart, though. She don't scream on TV.
Does she talk?
Yeah. She can carry a full conversation.
So you was in the midst of crying. Yeah. Yeah. She can carry a full conversation, girl. Yeah. With a little chuckle.
Okay, you didn't see any vehicles before you went inside or anything like that?
No, but what worries me is these crackheads that won't even come behind the house. I don't know.
But what worries me is these crackheads keep coming around the house, even though I let my 4-year-old out at 8 o'clock at night. It'd be crackheads that. Is she cool? She should have been arrested immediately.
I've always felt weird about him, and I don't know.
I always felt weird about the crackheads, being outside and, me having a baby and me being 39 weeks pregnant and me not being able to look after her, because I'm pregnant, right? So I really can't keep up with her. But these crackheads, I'm so worried that these crackheads that come around, I was feeding my baby to them, even if they didn't come around that night because I left my 4-year-old unattended. Y'all know it's dark at 8. Y'all know it's dark at 8. I know if you can't keep up with your 4-year-old, your pregnant ass didn't go in the woods. You didn't go in the woods. Because if I'm fearing for my baby, I'm fearing for myself with a crackhead. Hell, I can't whoop no man. You are the crackhead line, bitch. Oh, the crack coon. Because I saw a video of her doing CPR and she said water was coming out of her mouth from a bath she gave the little girl name. Who? Water was coming out of whose mouth, LaShondra? It is Karen. So she said. So she's basically saying that the little girl drowned, so they went in further, threw her in some water in a lake.
Hello?
I'm still here, ma'am. Give me just a second.
My phone might be breaking up because where we at.
Okay, what's a good
She asked me, can she play for a little bit more before it got dark, and I said yes. And I literally, her bathwater is in this color red, and Jimmy is cooking, and I came out here to get her, and I can't even find her.
Okay, is there a certain place she likes to play outside?
Usually in the chicken coop, and that's usually where I find her every day. And I just looked in here, and she's not in here.
Yeah, the chicken coop, that's usually where I find her every day. So she gets lost. I'm confused. She goes outside by herself because you usually find her by the chicken coop.
Okay.
Is there any bodies of water nearby?
I don't know, ma'am. Me and my husband just now purchased in this house. I don't know about this area much, but it's not a good area. I'll tell you that. It's not good.
It's not a good area. We just so y'all just purchased this house. Again, I want to know how you go from an eviction where you couldn't pay your rent to purchasing this home. Now remember what she just said. We purchased a home and it's not a good area. So why did y'all purchase a home in that area? But I thought you told her to come in before it got dark. Now she's playing until it got dark. I blame Trump keeps kids are down. Hold on, Sean.
Okay, you say you searched the woods. Is that behind your house?
Yes, it's like a cowboy right behind my house. And we usually take the dog sometimes in the woods to just let them run. And she'll come, and so I know she knows about the woods. And but I look back.
Bitch, I'm 48 and don't know about the woods. She said, yeah, we take our dogs to play in the woods, and I know she knows about the woods. We get lost as adults. Keisha, diabolical, okay? I blame Trump. Kids are dying now at an all-time high because he doesn't allow abortions anymore. So parents unallowing kids, and I have to deal with the kids. They're renting. But she just said purchase. Now she said the baby knows the woods. And you give me a 4-year-old that knows the woods. What? I think she really telling on herself or is something about the woods, and that's why they're checking those areas. Yes, they're checking those areas of the woods out there right now.
Down the same subway that we rode, and I did not see her.
Okay, and you said she was wearing pink Minnie Mouse pajamas. Anything else you may be wearing?
Her beads are pink.
Beads are pink?
Yeah, she's got braids. I mean, I don't know if she got on Crocs or with shoes, because she just puts on play shoes, but I don't, ma'am, it's not no way that she could have got far.
Alright. Do you have any neighbors around the area that you're familiar with she might be going to?
No, we don't talk to none of these people. None of these people, because they all mostly do drugs. I don't associate myself with it.
If you don't know your neighbors, how do you know they do drugs? My mother's keeper said probably ain't even got dogs. Oh, now she's daughter explorer. They take the dogs in the woods, but she doesn't know if they by the water. She said she don't know if it's water because she ain't never looked in the neighborhood. They said, well, do you got friends? Yeah, we don't know these people, but they're all on drugs, so we don't associate. Well, how do you know they're all on drugs if you don't talk to the people or associate with the people? We got to make this make sense, okay? Like, she told on herself with this 911 call, baby. It's almost like you might as well say what happened.
Have you checked with neighbors to see if they have seen her?
No, ma'am. I'm literally, like, I called you, like, 10 minutes after I stepped outside. The cops are pulling up right now.
All right, go ahead and talk to them, okay?
Okay, thank you.
know you lying. Hey, Flip Mo, what's going on? Happy Wednesday. I hope they put her ass in a chicken coop. Man, I want the interrogations. I cannot wait for them to drop the interrogations. I want the interrogations. I want to go up there myself. She reminds me of JB. Yeah, that he talks to all that sounds slow as fuck. It does. It really does. Prayers for Nolan's family, Xavier Wells' family. Prayers to them. Much prayers to them. I know it's going to be more to come out of that story, especially with Ben Crump on it for sure. Prayers to the family of Javeayah Harris. I want to go up there and see what I can find out. I'm going to try to get in touch with as many people as possible to see if I can bring them on the show and stuff, and what to get a better insight of who Michelle, whatever her last name is. I need more insight on her and the father. Wait a minute, they just bought a house, but her phone ain't on. I'm done. Come on, Candy. I mean, you just got evicted for not paying your bills. You've been evicted several times. And you know with evictions, you cannot purchase a home. A one that's worth a damn. Okay? Nate said, hey, Ms. Parker, I was finishing my master's, starting law school in September. Mainly to fight for these babies. This story breaks my heart. Let's go, Nate. Congratulations to you, sister. And I hope that's in the future that your fight will be to change laws and so much other stuff. Because like I said, how many more kids do we have to lose? She said, I wish I could go as well. I'm curious. How many more kids have to die? And y'all, don't forget the CPS was involved. The CPS was involved with this crazy, delusional witch. This baby was failed over and over and over again. I'm definitely sick of it. CPS was involved, guys. So I'm going to try to find out what's going to happen tomorrow, what my day's looking like tomorrow, and definitely try to get there, get up there to South Carolina and stuff, and reach out to some people and try to get them on here to talk to us and things like that. So give me a little time to work on that. Also, you guys, pull up with me later on tonight as we listen to this last jail call presented by Shanitra Speaks. Anna B said that she's trying to get the videos. She's just waiting on everything to be sent to her to know when and stuff like that. But I'm definitely going to be in touch with Anna B as well. Yeah, that 911 call was sick. I'm so sorry the CPS could have stepped up and helped. Absolutely. The whole community, such as a friend. Because as a friend, it's only so much you can do calling CPS. And when you see they ain't doing nothing, we cannot give up. As we seen with Javeayah Harris's case, we cannot give up. When CPS doesn't step in, we have to go further. We have to go further. Hey, Big Mama, what's going on? Happy Wednesday, sis. But y'all pull up with me. Thank you guys for the super stickers and the super chats. I appreciate that. I appreciate you guys just coming in and dialoguing with me and stuff like that as I'm trying to get back to doing this and stuff like that. I do need to be more active. Even if I'm at work, they need to make sure she didn't have another phone and it was destroyed or deactivated. That's a good one, Flip Mode. That's a real good one. And make sure you don't have another phone. That is true. People don't think like that either, flip mode. They really don't. They really don't. But y'all pull back up with me later. I will post it, so just check your notifications and stuff like that. Just look on my channel to see if I posted it and stuff. But I want you guys to go finish having a blessed hump day until later on tonight. And don't forget to stay hydrated and stay safe out there. Okay, guys? I love each and every one of you guys. Thank you again. And subscribe to all them channels that was dropped down there. Okay, everybody? Salute.
Miss Parker, the YouTube star, lighting up the screen, you know who you are. Bringing news you can use and a laugh or two. She's got the facts, the fun, and the realest view. With a voice so smooth and a smile so bright, she's shining like a beacon in the darkest night. Deep dives on the stories that really matter. She's breaking it down, cutting through the chatter. Pop in, stay a while, you'll feel right at home. She's got a little something for everyone. With a heart so big and an attitude strong. Miss Parker's where you know you belong. She's an advocate, a friend, a voice for the unheard. Asking all the questions, never missing a word. Or a second to none. She's blazing like the sun. Miss Parker, the only one. She's got the news to amuse and the truth to reveal. Digging for the answers, keeping it real. For those who need a champion, she's standing tall. Fighting for justice, she's giving her all. With every upload, she's making a change. Bringing people together, no matter the range. So hit that subscribe, don't miss.
I had to come back really quick. I'm gonna do the Javeayah at 8, but Goddess did inform us that they found a skeleton body on Detroit's west side. I'm not saying that that's Javeayah, but I know that that community does. Did start a program where they're looking for missing kids and things like that out there. I think the last month is either August or September, but we'll be keeping a sharp eye on that and stuff like that. I'm glad that they're finding. It's sad, but they have this program to at least bring closure to these families and stuff. But other than that, guys, I just wanted to bring that to you guys. Okay. Salute, everybody.
Got the content that can't be beat. Questions we all have, she's not afraid to ask. Uncovering the story, she's up to the task.